Okay, full disclosure, I don't actually have any idea what I'm doing when it comes to this video. Seriously, I don't. Hi everybody, Carla here. Welcome to my fandom vlog where I talk about my fandoms or about fandom in general. I hope the pandemic is treating you well. I'm speaking to you from still in lockdown. Hi Denise, thanks for that. Lovely. Anyway, in case you've been living under a rock for the past year and a half, we've been dealing with a global pandemic and it's been pretty bad, and because of that a lot of big events that used to take place every year haven't been able to take place since 2020 basically. One of the biggest events that falls into that category is Comic-Con, right? The big geeky convention that takes place every year in San Diego, where it's basically the mecca of everything geeky, you know, movies, comic books, like books, any geeky interest. It's Comic-Con is for you, okay? If you're a geek of any kind, Comic-Con is for you. I've never been, but I look forward to it every year because of the news that hit the internet and stuff. We get like trailers for all the big movies and announcements of like comics and books and all sorts of really cool stuff. But this past year and a half, Comic-Con just hasn't been able to happen. So it didn't happen in 2020 and it's not happening in 2021. What they did then is to move Comic-Con to an online version, which is on YouTube, I guess. I don't actually know if you have to pay for this. For this, I haven't checked. I haven't been following it. It's not quite the same if it's online, I guess. And since there haven't been that many like movies and big releases and stuff, I really haven't been following it. I just sort of hear about it on Twitter after a while. But there was one Comic-Con at home, that's what they call it, Comic-Con at home, on summer 2020, and then they held it again online, Comic-Con at home, just a week ago or so, or 2 weeks ago. I don't actually know when it took place, but it happened recently. And I didn't pay that much attention, but there was one thing that stood out to me, and it was that because there were like no big Marvel or Warner Brothers or like panels and stuff, so there hasn't been much of a hubbub about Comic-Con at home this year. But one of the things that stood out to me and that I had no idea was even happening, but it did happen, is that Amazon Prime Video had a panel. And as part of that panel, Hideaki Anno, who is the creator and just like god of everything Evangelion, basically, he was part of that panel. He talked a little bit about the upcoming EVANGELION 3.0+1.0 release, which, as I record this, we're exactly 2 weeks away from it hitting Amazon Prime Video everywhere in the world, even in Japan. Like it's going to be released worldwide and it's going to be awesome. And I had no idea that Anno was going to be in a Comic-Con panel. Like that's something that never even occurred. I don't I take, you know how you sometimes like idolize a person so much? For me, Anno is like the god of everything. You know what I mean? Like he is so far away. You know, it's kind of people where you go, I'm not worthy. That's Anno for me. So just the mere idea of him being in like a Comic-Con panel, it's like, what? But that he would never walk among us mere mortals. So yeah, I had no idea that was gonna happen until I saw the release afterwards, and he didn't talk for that long. He did talk a little bit about Evangelion and stuff, and you know, what he's hoping for with this movie, what he wants people to get from this movie, that sort of stuff. If you're not an Anno fan, if you're not an Evangelion fan, it's probably like pretty blah for you, but for me it's like super cool. But part of what Comic-Con does when they have these big panels with these big personalities and celebrities and just people is that they release previews of stuff. Like if you have a movie coming out, they will release a special exclusive Comic-Con preview of that movie. And they released a short little preview of Evangelion 3.0+1.0. Now, Carla and Amazon Prime have been releasing stuff pretty steadily for a little while, honestly. Like something like a month ago there was another one of those. I already reacted to 2 Evangelion TV spots. You can watch that video if you haven't yet. And I usually don't mind doing that because I don't care about spoilers. Like Comic-Con releases usually tend not to be very spoilery though. Like they tend to, because they will be released online, so they're not usually that spoilery. These ones that I reacted to last time, I would not consider them super spoilery, but just the presence of certain characters, you kind of, like, it's kind of a big deal for fans. So I was okay with that. And then after I did that video, I heard that there was another TV spot released, and I was warned that it was super spoilery. And I don't normally mind spoilers for myself, but we still had like a month and a half to go until the Amazon release. So I didn't want to react to them and be like, oh, it's fine for me, but then spoil all of you guys. You know what? Because I understand that people don't like spoilers. People are not like me, right? So I haven't seen the trailer, honestly, because for Evangelion, I don't care about spoilers, but I also don't want to ruin my experience. Like, those, doesn't care about spoilers, doesn't want to be spoiled. It's a conundrum. I know, it's weird, my brain is weird. But like, I felt that it was too far away from the release for me to be able to curb my excitement, you know what I mean? Like, if you show me something that is bloody amazing, I don't know how I'm going to be able to live with myself for a month and a half. So I didn't watch it. I haven't watched it yet. I might at some point in the next 2 weeks, but I'm not sure. But now, for Comic-Con at Home, they released a preview. It's not a trailer, it's not a teaser, it's not a TV spot, I don't think. It's a preview, so it's like, it's probably gonna be like a chunk of the movie, right? Like a little scene from the movie. And like I said, usually Comic-Con previews are not terribly spoilery, so I feel like that one would be a good one to react to, and that's what I'm gonna do today. That said, I have watched, I do believe I watched back when they released like the first 10 or 12 minutes, I don't know how long it was, they released that like before the pandemic. I remember I watched that when the movie was still supposed to come out in 2020, before it got shifted down. And I watched that, and it was fine. It was a scene like in Paris, and Mari was like fighting in her Eva, and it was fine. I mean, I don't remember much of it because I only watched it once, and it was fine. It was fine. There was nothing spectacular about it. There were no spoilers. Like, it was just a fight scene, and you know how I am with fight scenes. It's like, okay, I'll watch them, but I don't necessarily love them. It's not my favorite part of the movie, right? So I watched that, and now that I'm looking at the video from Amazon Prime, the special look that they released in Comic-Con, I haven't watched the video yet. I'm going to react to it, but like, I'm looking at the thumbnail for the video. Not this one. This one is a thumbnail, but like other videos that reposted it and uploaded thumbnails from that video. And I think it might be, if not a part of that first scene that I already saw, it might just be that scene. So like if my reaction, if I'm not reacting for the first time to this stuff, like I hope you can bear with me on that, because it might turn out that it's just something I've already seen. That said, this one I don't think I've seen. So if this is included in there, then there may be some new stuff for me to react, right? And honestly, I don't know how this is gonna go. Like if it turns out that I've already seen this preview before, because it's the same thing as the first 10 minutes were, then this might not be terribly exciting. But also, like, I don't know, I'm kind of afraid of spoilers right now, honestly, because I checked the webpage, the YouTube page for Amazon Prime Video Japan, and they have been steadily releasing Evangelion stuff. And I wanted to check out a few of these character pieces that they're done, like 20-second videos of each character. And I wanted to check them out because I thought they might have like new stuff. But I get the feeling, like just from hovering over the videos and seeing some like stills, I get the feeling that they're more made to promote all the other like the first 3 movies instead of the last one. So they might not have any new content either. So I don't know. And then there's the one that does have a thumbnail that's kind of spoilery, because it shows one of the characters that most people didn't expect to come back. It's that character is there, and I'm like, I do consider that spoilery, but then I don't know if I should watch that one and then be spoiled for a bunch of things. Or maybe it turns out that that's the only shot in the trailer that is actually from the new movie, and all the rest of that trailer is from the first 3. Right? Because at this point, Amazon is just promoting Evangelion, Rebuild of Evangelion in general, because they're going to release all 4 movies this month, right? So they have to go, like, go in hard with Evangelion, right? So I don't know what I'm gonna do. Honestly, I'm gonna try to react to this Comic-Con preview, mainly because I've, like, the stuff in the Japanese YouTube account for Amazon Prime, nothing has subtitles, so I don't know if anybody says anything, I'm not gonna understand it anyway. I think the Comic-Con one is more likely to either have subtitles or just not have any dialogue, right? So I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with that one. If it turns out it's kind of anticlimactic because I've already seen it, or because there's not much new stuff or whatever, I'll figure out what to do later. But in the meantime, that's what I'm gonna do today. Let's get on it. Okay, recording now. Whew. Alright. Like I said, just before I start, this looks like there's a lot of pink, right? That looks like Maddie. Just saying, like Ava is pink, her plug suit is pink, like that's very Maddie. And there's a lot of French, and I know that scene I saw before, that scene I watched before took place in Paris, right? So yeah, it would make sense that there's a lot of French in this thing. So this is why I was afraid that it might just be the same thing again. I am not sure. Let's go. Okay. Let me just pause for a second to say that yes, it has subtitles, so that's great. Let me restart it. I'm gonna be very annoying as I'm reacting to this, I'm just saying. Alright. Unit 8? Okay. Yeah, that's money. Uncle. Yeah, it does look like the first scene. Like, I feel like I've seen this. Oh, wait, no, that's different. Oh! Oh, okay. New stuff, yay! Oh, God. Dang. Okay. Yeah, that's bad. Everything is red. That's amazing. I love that so much. There's so many dead Evas. I love this. Oh, I wish I could see what the credits are saying. Credits, not critics. Sorry. There's so many dead Evas around. Oh, that was in the other trailer. Stuff's still flying. Like, shit's still flying. I guess this is important. Like, this seems like a big deal if there's still shit that's flying. Oh my god, Shinji. Fuck's sake. Oh, that's the hand. Yeah, we've seen that before. Who is that? What's that? Is that Shinji? Shinji, is that you? I can't see, it's so dark. Oh, that's Asuka. Never mind. It's like, oh, she insulted someone, it's Asuka. Jesus, Shinji. Car. Fuck, that was all? That's all? Are you serious? Are you just gonna leave it there? Fuck. What? That's mean. Oh, come on. That is very mean. Oh, wow. I mean, I guess I get it. Okay, no, I have to watch that again. It was really short. It was, it was really short. And it did have that piece from the Friends, you know, scene that we saw ages ago. That I think is the first scene of the movie. I don't know how to put these two things together. I mean, obviously the three of them walking is what happens directly after 3.0, right? That's where it ended. They just walked because they were trying to get back to like Nerve or Vele or whatever. I don't know what to call it anymore. Obviously they're trying to get back there. And I like Shinji's like totally despondent, of course, because it's Shinji, that's what he does. But yeah, we don't hear Asuka like insulting him, which makes sense. And then somebody comes and picks them up. I thought that was gonna take way longer. Apparently not. Somebody comes in and picks them up, and I don't know who that is. You know what? Let's watch it again. I need to see it again. Start and play. Okay, so this is when they're gonna like put them back together, I guess. I wonder about this because she's like speaking to Shinji. I mean, she says Puppy Boy is her nickname for Shinji, basically. And she hasn't said it in a while, so it's nice to hear her say that. But then also, like, aren't you supposed to, like, be way closer to Asuka by now? Like, it's been 14 years? You'd think you'd be worried about her. But, I don't know what's going on anymore. So, whatever. Guess we'll see. First fun time. Oh! Ah! No, wait. I didn't want to do that. Let me go back a little bit to the title screen, because if you notice there, it says EVANGELION 3.0+1.01 Thrice Upon a Time. Because this is, I believe, a slightly updated version from what they originally were going to play in theaters. And they actually updated it like right as it was heading out to theaters. They made some updates, and then they, you know, the 1.01 version started playing in theaters. And so this is the last version that we have of this movie. It'll probably get updated when it comes out on DVD or something, because they usually do that. Like 1.0 actually became 1.11, and 2.0 became 2.22, and 3.0 became 3.33. They're gonna do the same with this one, that's clear, but I like that it tells us that this is the latest version of the movie, because Anno and his team and Kara, they were updating this thing down to the wire, basically. Yeah, let's keep watching. Like, this is obviously very destroyed, and I'm not sure if this destruction happened in the last movie or if it was already like that. Like, it's hard to tell, right? Because so many impacts have happened so many times, because Evangelion, yay! But I like the destruction. It's beautiful in that sad kind of way, in that scary kind of way. I like that. I mean, I wouldn't go in there. Like, I'm a coward for that kind of stuff. Like, if I were seeing that in real life, I'd be fucking terrified. But in art, it's actually pretty beautiful. I really like it. I mean, even wait, let me go back a little bit. Like, even the antennas. See, the antennas are red. Like, these things were like completely bathed in angel blood. Like, seriously. What? Holy shit. I'm just saying. Alright. Let's keep going. Yeah, everything is red. Wow. And she has some kind of... Wait, let's go back again. I want to see what she's holding. Is that like a magnetometer or something? It might be a radiation, like some kind of like Gauss meter or something. Siemens. What? South? I'm trying to look at the... Oh no, south. Never mind. That's a compass. I don't know. I'm trying to see if it says anywhere what it is. I mean, it's measuring like pressure and altitude, I guess. I don't know what I wonder if it's a radiation thing. That's all I'm saying, like a radiation gauge or something. Ignore me, I'm a science nerd. I need to know these things. I'm just ignore it. And this shot is amazing. This, like, it just pans down to see everything floating. It's just amazing. And then we see the shot of the three of them, and it's like, yep. Shinji, what can we do with you, my dude? I mean, I get it, but also, like I said last time, like, I feel better about Shinji in these movies than I did on the show. Like, on the show, I liked him, but it was also, like, very irritating that he shut down every time. In this one, I'm a little bit more, I don't know, maybe I'm just getting old or something, but I'm a little bit more like, okay, I get it, kid. You've been through a lot. I don't know. I'm weird. I feel like I like Rebuild Shinji a little bit better. Because he also had his moments where he was like genuinely trying to stand up for himself, and then it didn't pan out and it crushed him. And I can totally see why he's in shock right now. It makes total sense. So, I don't know. We'll see where it goes. Yeah, and then that's Asuka, I guess. Now that I can see, what does it say? Warning, low, something. I don't know. And then she calls him a loser, and we know it's her. That's how you know it's Asuka. Oh, light, great. So there's a car. It's a Suzuki, so yay, product placement. And someone says, sorry, I'm late. They're wearing a helmet. They know Shinji, right? So And then Shinji wakes up in a bed and probably looking at another unfamiliar ceiling, which is the theme in Evangelion. Alright, so that was more than I thought. More than I thought I was gonna get. I genuinely thought it was just gonna be that same scene that I saw like 2 years ago all over again. I'm glad it wasn't. There was more in, because I like, my main thing with Evangelion, apart from, you know, it being the greatest fictional anything of all of history ever, besides that, my main thing with Evangelion is of course the children. I love the children. It's, if you've seen any video on this channel, I adore just coming of age stories and stories where a group of teenage protagonists just want to like understand the world and define their identities, and that sort of stuff is what really does it for me. And Evangelion is no exception, so I love the children. And one of the coolest things I thought in 3.0 is the way it ended, that it ended with the main trio together again. That for me meant a lot, and I really like this preview precisely because of that, because we get to see them together again. We get to see them, I mean, not interacting because Shinji is like catatonic, but God, in any other fandom, what I just said would be like, what? In Evangelion it makes total sense. That's the kind of series this is. You know, I am often asked if I ever recommend Evangelion to people. I don't. I don't. Like, I'll tell them that I love it, but they shouldn't watch it because they will never get it. And they will only think that I'm a weirdo. So, just saying. But I really enjoy seeing the three of them together again. For me, it just lifts my soul. You know, even if they're arguing, even if they're not even speaking, because, like, you know, as usual, Asuka is angry, Rei is like a robot, not saying anything, and then Shinji is freaking having a breakdown. That's totally normal. But I like that they're together, and I hope that we get to see them interact, because in 3.0 we didn't see a lot of the three of them together. It was a lot of like 2-on-2 interactions, like Shinji and Asuka had their moments, Shinji and Rei had their moments, and then Shinji and Kaoru had their moments, and it's like we didn't see them interact as a trio, and I love that, and I'm very glad to see that. Now, as for who the visitor is, they're wearing a helmet, so I couldn't see anything, obviously, and they did that on purpose, obviously. I could not recognize the voice if you paid me. Like, I have terrible ears, okay? I'm very bad at that sort of stuff. So don't ask me to recognize them by voice. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't sound like Kaoru. It doesn't sound like Kaji. I don't know who it might be. It might be like Hyuga or something. I don't know. But just because they kept the person in secret on purpose, because they were wearing a helmet and whatever. And I think they called him Ikari-kun. I'm not actually sure. I would have to watch it again just to check. But I think Ikari-kun at the end. So it's obviously someone who knows Shinji. I don't know, Ikari-kun sounds like Hyuga to me, honestly, like one of, like Alba or Hyuga or something like that. But just because they kept him hidden from us on purpose, because he was wearing the helmet and stuff, just because of that, I'm leaning toward, I don't know, Kensuke? Either Kensuke or Toji. That's where I'm leaning. It might be Hyuga and Alba. We know they're in this movie. We also know that Kensuke and Toji are in this movie. And they might, you know, they live in some, like, small little village, so they might not be, like, involved with Ville at all. Whereas Alba and Hyuga did seem from that one scene in the trailer that they were sort of still involved. So I don't know who it is. I'm gonna speculate either Kensuke or Toji. I'm leaning toward Kensuke because Toji is a doctor, so it doesn't seem like he would be asked to, like, pick up the pilots. I don't know. It seems more like a Kensuke thing to do. Like, he seems like he would be more in the tactical operations side of things from what we know of him, right? So yeah, I don't know. I'm torn, but I really like it. And I like that, again, that it ended with Shinji waking up looking at another unfamiliar ceiling. It might be that they take him back to Ville. I don't know. Because we do see Sakura in the trailer at one point, right? And she's holding the letter from Toji. So it might be that they take them to Ville first, and then they go to whichever village Toji and Kensuke and Hikari live on. Right? So maybe this is just Hyuga or Aoba taking them back to Ville, and that's fine. In this part of this, like, you know, Moses traversing through the desert part of the movie is actually really short, even though it seemed really long from the trailers. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I'd be disappointed if it turns out that they aren't together for that long, because I want to see them interacting. But then, of course, from what I saw last time, when they get to this village where Toji and Kensuke and Hikari live in, they seem to be separate. Like, each of them seems to be like with a different person, so maybe they will split up again. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that we have 2 weeks to go to finally see this movie, and I am dying, and I am paranoid because because I want to know all the spoilers, but also I don't want to know all the spoilers. And it's really annoying because usually I wouldn't mind, but you'll see, like, at some point at some point in these 2 weeks, I'm gonna watch everything and just spoil myself silly, because that's what always happens. I have no self-control when it comes to Evangelion, okay? Zero self-control. Zero. But I really like this preview. I'm glad I watched it. I'm very glad I watched it. It didn't tell me anything, but I'm really glad I watched it. Also, I'm curious about Mari, what she's doing, why she's so insistent on getting Shinji back. Why not Asuka? Like, I don't know. I don't even know when this is taking place, because I was pretty sure that the scene in Paris with Mari was at the beginning of the movie, like that was the first scene of the movie, and that was way longer. It was like 10-20 minutes, like 10-12 minutes of just Mari fighting. So I'm gonna guess that they cut it off for this preview. So I don't know when the second scene is gonna be taking place in the movie. Like, I don't know if it happens right after the Paris scene, or if it's somewhere in the middle of the movie. I don't know. It's hard to tell, honestly, but I really, really like this preview. I'm so glad I watched it. I'm incredibly amazed that Anno actually participated in a Comic-Con in a Comic-Con panel. Like, how awesome is that? And I feel like Evangelion has finally made it, you know? Like, to worldwide geekdom. You know, it's always been there. It's always been a huge part of anime. Like, it's been one of the most influential animes of all time. And like, the movie just left theaters like last week or something, last weekend or whatever, and it made over 10 billion yen. Like, no mecha anime has ever made that before, ever. It's like the 9th highest grossing anime movie of all time. Like, guys, this movie is huge. It's not Demon Slayer, but nothing is Demon Slayer, and I will never understand. But like, it was pretty big. It was pretty big, I'm just saying. And yeah, I'm really happy I watched this. I may have to go and watch everything and just spoil myself silly. I'm so bad at this, man. But I hope you liked it as much as I did. What do you guys think about this preview? Why do you think Mari is so focused on Shinji and not as much on the others? I mean, I know Rei doesn't really matter to her, but like, what about Asuka? They're friends, right? Who do you think is the person at the end? Do you agree with me that it might be Toji or Kensuke or Hyuga or Awa? Do you think Kaji's coming back to life? I don't know. It doesn't sound like Kaji. I don't know. Just, what do you think is gonna happen? Obviously, Shinji cannot stay catatonic for the entirety of the movie, so I would assume that he wakes up at some point. If Asuka doesn't like slap him silly before he can do it on his own, I guess, because she's already very frustrated. And we all know she's not feeling very charitable to him at this point. So yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think while you're at it. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you like my stuff, please subscribe to my channel. I'm always happy to see people liking and sharing and commenting and subscribing. It really does help me a lot with the YouTube algorithms and stuff. Thanks to everybody who's subscribed to my channel recently. I hope you're liking these things. Let me know, like, if you'd like to see anything else from me. If there's a fandom that you'd like to see that I haven't tried yet. If you think there's something out there that might interest me. It doesn't have to be anime. It can be anything, like any fandom, like books, movies, TV, anything really. I will I will talk about anything that I like. So let me know. And in the meantime, you can find me on social media. I am on Twitter and Instagram at girlsareweird with underscores between the words, and on Tumblr at girlsareweird with hyphens between the words. You can find a Facebook page for this vlog at facebook.com/FreakingNarnia. And as usual, be sure to visit my main webpage at FreakingNarnia.com/vlog. That's VLOG. All my videos are up there in case you missed any and just want to check it out or just browse, do a search. It's all in there. Be sure to visit. Also remember that I have a Redbubble store where I make art based on my favorite quotes from my favorite fandoms. And then you can take the art and print it on all kinds of merch, such as t-shirts, coffee cups, computer covers. There's tons, like masks. There's tons of stuff in there, like useful stuff, so be sure to check it out. And if you'd prefer to have these episodes of Talks from Freaking Narnia as podcasts rather than on video, if that's more your speed, if it's easier for you to like listen to them on the go or something, then what you want to do is subscribe to my Patreon page. For a very small sum of money each month, you will be able to get these episodes as podcasts on the exact same day they go up on YouTube. So, you know, think about it. If that's more your thing, then that's one solution. And also, there are different tiers on my Patreon page, so like a different tier might give you access to extra videos that I make that are Patreon exclusive. For example, last week I made a video about Shadow and Bone. Was it? Yes, about Shadow and Bone. Just a mini review of sorts that didn't end up being long enough for me to like post here. It's over there on Patreon exclusively. So you can subscribe to that tier if you want to see my extra videos, or if you want to see one extra video in particular, then you might want to donate to my Ko-fi page. All the links for this are down in the description. And if you donate to my Ko-fi page, make sure to note on the note that comes with the donation, just let me know which video you want to check out and I will get back to you with access. So thanks for that, and thank you for your donation. I mean, if you want to. You don't have to. But it would be nice. Yeah, I think that's all I had to say for now. I don't know if I'll come back after I watch the Kenshin movie. It came out, I believe, this morning. It's weird because I'm on Australia time, so it's weird because everything premieres California time and the dates don't overlap. It's weird. Anyway, I think it depends on how much I like the movie or not, I guess. But I might come back with a review for the Rurouni Kenshin movie. If not, I've got some anime coming up. Shaman King is premiering on Netflix as well. And I'll definitely come back with a review for EVANGELION 3.0+1.0 when it does hit in 2 weeks. So stay tuned for that. And that's about it from me today. I will see you guys next time with another video from all the way in freaking Narnia. Bye bye. Shinji, wake up, damn it. This is my vlog where I talk about... Let's try that again. Sorry, dropped something. Damn it. Alright, just checking to see if This thing is recording. Yep. Liking and sharing. Sharing.